Hey math kids, today we're going to talk about problem solving with trigonometry. We're in chapter 8, section E. I have the diagram drawn for example 7, and I'm just going to read it real quick. The angles of elevation to the top of the mountain are measured from two beacons A and B at C. The measurements are shown on the diagram. If the beacons are 1,473 meters apart, how high is the mountain? So the final answer that we want is the height, which is the distance from N to T. Okay, this is my water, this is my mountain, all that cool stuff. Now we're going to use the law of sines to solve this. We don't quite have enough information, and so I'm going to find this angle first. So to do that, it's going to be 180 minus 41.2. Go to our calculator. It's frozen. Open it up again. So 180 minus 41.2, we end up with 138.8. Okay, so this is 138.8 for that triangle, and then I want to find this one also. So all the angles in a triangle add up to 180. The reason why I did 180 right here is because it was a straight line, and a straight line adds up to 180. So if we have this plus this needs to add to 180. Also, the interior angles of a triangle need to add to 180. So if we take this unknown, if we say x plus 29.7 plus 138.8, we know that equals 180. And so we just subtract both of these from 180. If we do a little bit of algebra right there. So we're going to say 180 minus 138.8 minus 29.7, and we get 11.5 for this. So just the little piece of the angle right there is 11.5 degrees. Okay. Now, with that angle, we can set up a couple things. So if we can find the length of this because we have the opposite and then the opposite here. So we're going to use law of sines. Sine of 11.5 and this, remember they have to be opposite, over 1473. And then if I just call this x, we can do sine 29.7 over x. And since I set that up upside down, my first thing I'm going to do is just flip both sides. 1473 sine of 11.5 x over sine of 29.7. So I just need to multiply both sides by sine 29.7. So those ones cancel. We're just left with x. And so we have sine of 29.7, 1473 out in front, and then we have sine of 11.5 right there. So go to our calculator. 1473 times sine 29.7 divided by sine of 11.5. Okay. Let's see. I don't think that's right, do I? Okay, that's why. I typed everything in right. I just wasn't in degrees. So I switched it to degrees. I hit enter. There I go. That's the answer I wanted. Whoops. 0.62. Okay. So on our diagram, that's our value for x. So 3660.62 is the length of this. And what we're going to do now is just use some right angle trig. So if we, let's see, I don't really have any room, but let's try it over here. So if we're looking at SOHCAHTOA, we're looking just at this triangle. So I'm going to redraw it. So we're just talking about this little triangle right here. So we have H, which is what we're interested in. We have 3660.62, which is the hypotenuse. And we have 41.2 degrees. So that doesn't look good. So 41.2 degrees. So from this theta, this would be the opposite and the hypotenuse. Opposite hypotenuse is sine. And so I'm going to say sine of the angle, 41.2, and then equals the opposite, which is h, over the hypotenuse, which is 3660.62. So we want to solve for h. So we just multiply both sides by 3660.62. 3660.62. And then what we type into our calculator is going to be 3660.2 times sine 41.2. Go to our calculator. 3660.2 times sine 41.2. And then we end with 2410. And that was in meters. So the height of the mountain is 2,410 meters, or 2.4 kilometers. And that's everything for that section. So if you need additional help, please come to Math Lab. Until then, calculator.